Howdy, chat. We're back on our poisoned boy. You might have seen him on some other streams while he was getting treated. We should leave a detail that we've left. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, Palm. Look at this psychopath, this recently poisoned psychopath fucking walking through the desert. I think 20's too slow. I think 40 is better. Like, this guy's got to be emaciated, right? Fucking. Like, he's probably lost like 10 pounds. He was poisoned. He drank the wolf's blood that Tia had on her body. He wanted to see what she saw. He wanted one last chance to experience what Tia experienced. And so he drank like what should have been like a lethal dose, so they made him like vomit, and he's been in like for 3 days. He's been like in the cabin, just like hallucinating the fuck out of everything, and like nearly comatose. He's been reliving his past over and over again. He's been in his dreams and his nightmares. He's been fighting a wolf made of railroad tracks and roads, fighting the wolf of progress, mixing his own fears of progress in with Tia's great Fenrir. We have an AI image of it. You guys want to see the AI image that California's been fighting? Let me put it in the Discord. That way I don't have to like expose someone's DMs when I show you guys this photo. Apparently I can't share it. Let me see if I can find it.
Howdy, friend. My damn feet ache like a bad tooth.
There we go. I got it. Give me a second, guys. This is the beast. The beast that California keeps imagining he's fighting. It's AI generated, so it's not actual art. But you know, it's a representation of what he's been fighting. He's been fighting a giant railroad mech. Shooting at the bushes, maybe I wasn't expecting that. He's shooting at shit, he's hallucinating. He's a crazy little man. It's a good song. Strawberry Extract. This is written by Cations. This is Cations' original, guys. The song. But the title works out for California because of the meme that Strawberry Extract can save Vinny played indie? Oh yeah, Vinny plays indie, yeah. But California makes fun of Strawberry Extract being a cure all. And so he was kept telling Tia he needed strawberry extract. And so she would steal it for him. And then he would like take the bottle, smile at her, and then like drink it like a smoothie. And he'd say delicious. Just slowly walking into town. The Legend Discord, there's a screenshot. I couldn't figure out why it was that way. I don't get been in Legends Discord. I should probably get in there though. sometimes if somebody's been too far away from an animation, like they'll go through the bed or some other things. Get down there. I'll check it out. Crunched up like a creature. Emotional license to be determined. True, he just sort of walked out of the room, walked to Tumbleweed, and hasn't said anything yet. You know what I mean? I like this one because it looks like we're sort of like sleeping in the saddle, you know what I mean? Big rat in the sandlot. Big rat in the sandlot. Fuck. We gotta get to Armadillo. Zhao sent the code. If you guys don't know what the code means, but Zhao sent the code, that means Zhao is out for execution soon. Like, we have to break the code to figure out what that means. We gotta go get the code book. Did he murder someone? He did, yes. So Zhao, from day one, has been if this character gets arrested, he's gonna be executed. But he survived for months. He's been California's right-hand man. But the reason you ever heard of him is because he never gets caught. He's been super careful in that character not to get caught. But he's like tried to duel Wyatt and a bunch of other of the goons. He hates the goons. But he was literally one of the reasons why California took over Thieves Landing. Is because he was defending Zhao. Because Zhao did an unfair fight in Thieves Landing. And the Reeves said that they don't do unfair fights in Thieves, and California said, yeah, they do. And that's how California took over the Thieves, is literally just by saying, how dare you say my friend can't do whatever he wants here, you know what I mean? That's what kicked off all of this. We gotta be smart, take off the hat. Fuck is in our hotel room? California's not feeling well, but he's exerting himself looking around because he has to save Zhao. He has to know what the telegram means. We're pretty fucked, man. PM? Armadillo? In firing squad. Okay, so it was in. It was PM. The firing squad. It's I like to think California's still hallucinating a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he's touching things to make sure they're real. During this, where are you? Big rat in the sandlot. PM 8. So it's 8 p.m. Armadillo firing squad. Today?
Oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Is there anything I can help with?
Yeah, could you, get a medic, please? We have, some people shot over by the tents.
Sure. You want me to write telegrams or,
Yeah, just a telegram,
Is he
just send a
dead?
tip in, please. I'd very much appreciate that.
yeah, I will do so.
Alright, shit, I gotta go.
Can I ask you something?
Excuse me?
Can I ask you something?
Uh, sure, if you just give me a second to send this telegram.
Are you real?
If I'm real, I hope so.
Thank goodness.
Why?
It's hard for me to tell nowadays.
Um, one moment, sir. Um, why is it hard to tell for you?
Guess I'm just lost in my drinks. That's all.
Uh, okay, is there anything I can help with?
Not quite. If they shot people, you could probably try to help them.
Um, would you like to sit down? I can get something to drink for you. You don't look all too well. You're a little bit shaky on your knees.
I'm just learning to walk again, is all.
Oh, um,
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Emergency.
you learn to walk again? Um, have you been injured, if you don't mind me asking?
Somewhat, I guess. It's just a friend of mine dead in town. And unfortunately, the powers that be are holding her body captive.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, the great lawmen of the state have deemed it necessary to hold a corpse hostage.
Huh. What's this symbol on your hand?
It's a sign of good luck.
Hmm.
But I must be going there. I'm not sure how much time I have.
What's your name?
Travis. What's your name?
My name is Emberlyn, sir.
Your parents like names so much they gave you two.
It's actually one.
But it could be two.
Could be, yeah.
1 second. Yeah, of course it's there.
Is that you?
It is.
Jesus, you're a master disguise.
Well, Mister, whatever you consider yourselves, it's good to meet you.
Miss Emberlyn Green.
Well, Miss Amberline, enjoy your life.
Wait a second.
Did you say your name? What did you say your name was?
You mean me?
Yes.
My name is Emberlyn Green.
My name is Indigo Riley.
I. Why. Why did you not write back?
Because I've been taking care of this man for the past few days. I'm sorry. I just looked at telegrams now.
I was looking for you. I have so many questions.
Questions? I imagine that you do. And I'll answer them.
Ugh.
Uh, but I have my hands full a little bit right now.
Is there anything I can help with?
Ma'am?
How are things with you?
I'm not sure. California. This is Amberlynn. She was one of Sunshine's dearest friends.
Ooh.
You, you say California?
Yes.
I thought your name was different.
Idiot.
Thought it is Travis.
Idiot.
Let's get out of here. You're free to come too if you have questions. Do you want to ride? Or do you want the freedom of your own horse?
The answer is always freedom. They're following us.
Ooh,
The deputies.
I can't see in the fog. I can't imagine why they would follow.
I didn't notice anything.
Who, me?
No, I didn't notice anything about what you were saying. I don't
Oh,
think that
I'm
someone's
nobody.
following.
Just minding my own business.
Shall we go to Thieves?
Yeah, you best be on your way, deputy.
Which deputy was it?
Jace, I think.
I see.
Wait. No, it couldn't have been Jace. Chase is dead.
Yes, he is.
That's a real demon.
Mr. Inigo,
Yes.
is he alright?
He's suffering.
He told me that he's about to learn to walk again.
I see. Why, he's been rather sick the past few days. I suppose that's accurate.
Oh, the symbol on his hand.
The mark of Tia.
Mark for good luck.
Mm-hmm. The one Lucius had. The one Lottie had.
The tear gave this to him.
Yes. Callie. Amberlynn was good friends with Tia, too.
Says so.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm sorry then.
Are you sure you don't want to rest? I don't mind riding you the rest of the way.
We're almost there. Zhao might be dead.
Why would you say that?
I got a letter that said he was gonna be in a firing squad at 8 p.m. in Armadillo.
Today?
I don't know. Could have been. His code never said the day. I need someone to find out if he was killed today.
What time did he send it? Did it have a time on the telegram?
3:41.
PM.
We had no code for the day. Just the time. What are all these notes?
I don't know. I was just looking at them too. What do they say?
This sales.
What?
It's a job board.
Oh, you're right. It is a job board, but one made by criminals rather than unknown salesmen. I don't hate it, I don't think. No. Callie,
I'll be all right.
you're pushing yourself too hard.
Gotta find out. Few more steps.
Are you sure you want to take those steps?
Can't seem to open the door.
Callie,
Yeah.
I don't know what to. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to console you here.
Can't.
What if you give him some time and we just sit here and have a little talk? Maybe he needs a little bit for himself.
All right. All right.
I just need to remember what's real.
I think what you can believe is that we're sitting inside of this room, which will be real, and the conversation that Mr. Indigo and I will have is about to be real. So if you would like to join this conversation, you're gladly welcome.
I appreciate that.
It's good to finally meet you.
Likewise.
It took me some time to think about everything that happened. And I got told what happened in here and what happened to Tia. And I'm not a big fan of this, if I'm allowed to say.
You can say whatever you want. Your opinion is valid no matter where you are in New Austin. That's one of the freedoms we have here. You speak your mind in your chest. Who told you what happened in here?
Mr. Lane was so free to tell me what happened.
So you spoke to Lane, did you?
I did. He was one of the people who told me that the rumors that were around Mr. Sunshine, that they were true. Because I didn't know what was about to be real anymore. What I can believe and what not. There were so many people that I never met before who told me about what happened, but there was also this little chance, this little bit of hope that he's still alive. Because the guard told me that he's most likely deceased, but I think if it's most likely, there's still a little bit of hope that it was not true.
There's no hope. He's dead.
I know.
Lottie's dead.
I know.
Tia's dead.
I know. I know for certain now because the sheriff told me.
Which sheriff?
Sheriff Bolton.
Yeah, you can believe that, Sheriff. That one would never lie to you. So if Lane told you what happened, he told you who did it then.
No, everything else that I know is from people I've never met.
What did
I
Mr.
also
Lane
was
say?
He told me that you are the reason she's dead.
Did they?
Yeah,
Well, they're right.
they're right without context, California.
There's one of my questions.
I shot her down right in that room I was just in. Decorated the wall with her blood.
But it wasn't out of coldness or malice. I know that for certain.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sure.
Why would you kiss someone that you love? Why would you not try to find a different escape?
Because sometimes the other roads are worse. Have you ever had a purpose?
Purpose of what?
Something greater? You ever dedicated yourself to a cause? One that
Yeah.
might be impossible? You wanna know why I slaughtered Tia? Because if I didn't, she would have been tortured, mutilated, used like she was a tool. And then when she stopped being useful, they would have killed her anyways.
Did you ever consider to speak to the people to make them believe from a different thing? Because there were that there were people out there who just wanted to numb their pain by the death of people who were not actually the reason why most of our friends died.
You know
And
how
I
they numb
think
their pain?
by killing others.
By bathing themselves in the blood of the innocent. We're bad people out here. And sometimes you have to kill the things you love. You have to self-immolate. Burn yourself down until you are nothing. Because the other options are too gruesome to understand. The other options, there was no speaking with these people. There was no rationalizing it. They heard what they had to hear. At the end of the day, Tia would have been dead regardless. But there was one thing I could change. The involvement of me and my people. If they killed Tia, we would have gone to war. Some of them would have died. Some of mine would have died, at least. So instead, I shot her with compassion. I told her I loved her. And she was the only one that needed to die. She felt no more pain. She died knowing that she was loved. For the first time in years. She was afforded a mercy that most people will never get. She was loved, and she wasn't alone.
Killed by the one who loves her. I don't know anything about you, sir. But there is something that I really know about.
What's
And
that?
that is love. I know how it feels like to be loved. The man that was taken from me, he loved me with all his heart. And he would never consider to kill me. Instead, he would have had moved mountains to keep me alive, no matter what. And with every respect towards you, if I can have any respect for what you did, I think you didn't really love her. 'Cause if you would have, you would not consider anything like killing her. When I got shot, and things were looking worse for me, and I was able to open my eyes again, I saw my fiancé with tears in his eyes, sitting next at my bed. I was so happy to see me again. Why would you consider death over life? Why?
Because in death we are free. Where's your fiance now, Emberlyn?
He's dead. But not because of me. Because he was killed by a cruel woman out in the West.
Were you there?
I was the entire time, and I couldn't do anything. 'Cause I wasn't brave enough.
Then we're both failures.
Failures.
Oh, wrong song, guys. Whoops.
I was not the woman back then. like the one I am now. If I would be in the same situation again, believe me, I would make different decisions.
If I was in the same situation that I was when I killed Tia, I would have killed her again. You can say I didn't love her. And if you think that to be the truth, it matters not. I don't know you. Sunshine had many friends. But at the end of the day, his death led to them being slaughtered.
Do you know Tia's sister?
Which one?
She calls herself Isa, but she is going by a different name.
If you knew Tia like I did, you know that's not his sister.
No, I didn't know her like you did. And I believe that only you can know her like that. I wasn't lucky enough to get her to know for a very long period. But from all the experience I got with her, it came to my mind that she was influenced by her sister greatly, which left an impact on her to believe that with what she did, she would do it with love and care to save the people that she loves. That's why I don't hate her, because she thought that she was doing the right thing. But she didn't know it. She didn't know it different. And maybe it was one of the little steps that got him killed. But at the end, she was about to save him, save his life. And so far as what I know from Mr. Inigo here next to me, he reached out to someone who killed him, but in the belief to save him at the end. Which still gives me the feeling that there's people out there who just want to numb their pain by blaming others. But there's only one who killed him at the end. And there's only one who killed Miss Lottie at the end. And there's only one who killed Tia at the end.
That's true. You see this gun? Freshly reloaded. Brand new bullets.
Yeah, I see it.
That's hers. At the end of the day, there, Anne Boleyn, you're looking at the man who killed her. And you have her gun in your hand.
What do you want?
I want preservation for monsters like me. For monsters like Johnny Waggy, Isa. Monsters for the people that live a normal life. You see, I'm a leader of these people, Anne Boleyn. These monsters. We cause great pain and suffering. Do you know who also was one of them monsters? Do you know who also shot those he loved?
I think you're about to tell me.
Sunshine. Only difference is I am for the heart.
You're for the heart.
This is your chance.
Oh, we don't need to do this. This doesn't need to be a thing we actually do.
You hold it steady. My cold, shriveled heart is on my left side, your right. Aim inside the suspenders.
Yeah. Amber, you don't need to do this. This doesn't need to be a thing that we actually do.
Blood for blood. It's the name of the
Shut up.
game.
Shut up. Blood for blood fucking sucks. That's what they told me when they brought TA here. Blood for blood and all that bullshit.
It's your opportunity. Your foot in the door.
You, no, you don't. You don't need to put any foot in any door. Come on,
Step away.
Amber, please.
Step away, Mr. Indigo.
I know what he is, and I know what he did.
And I know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? You don't have to do anything. We've hardly had any conversations at all. No one
I
else
know.
needs to die.
I know. But there's also things that I learned on Sessica. And there's also things that I learned from Tia. She told me that there's a wolf sleeping inside of me. They waited for a long time to show up.
Don't.
You don't need to protect him. I know what I'm doing.
I can't. I know his reasons. And I know Tia's. And I know what impossible situation we were in this room just days ago.
And you were not stopping him at all, huh?
I tried to stop everyone. I tried to negotiate any way that I could with anybody who would listen. And there was no getting out of this room. I tried. I tried for hours to get her out of this room.
Where's she now?
She's in Blackwater, in the morgue there, being held hostage by deputies. We've been trying to get her, but they won't release her. Not for anyone or anything.
I was
Only
told
my
there's an investigation going on. I spoke to Sheriff Bolton yesterday to get to know where all my friends are. I couldn't get Miss Charlie. But maybe in a week if no one is reaching out to me. Mr. Austin doesn't have a next of kin. Miss Ava. Maybe I can get her in a week if the other two are not reaching out to me. And there's Lottie. I think you know him. His name is Gideon Graves. And I hope that he's taking care of her funeral. And Mr. Harvey,
No, girl is still alive.
he didn't have a next of kin. But they gave me it. So I'm taking care of his funeral.
I know where Charlie is. And I know where Lottie wanted to bury her. But like with Tia, they won't release her to me because I'm wanted.
I am not wanted.
Then maybe we could bury Charlie together.
But before, there are
No,
other
don't do
things to be
this.
done. Go
Don't-
away.
Don't do this. I've been trying. There's been enough death!
Mr.
Don't.
Indigo, go away.
No, I won't. You have to shoot me to shoot him.
It's fine, indeed.
No, if she shoots you, you're gonna die, you fucker. You
She's
just came
looking
out of a
for
coma.
something to dull the pain.
No,
I
No.
beg you.
Looking
make
for
it
someone to
worse.
put the blame on. Maybe she'll feel better after she bathes in the blood.
I told you several times. I know what I'm doing. Oh, please. Just go away.
No, if you shoot him and he dies, then I'll never live with myself. I couldn't stop people from shooting Tia. I could stop people from shooting Lottie. I couldn't protect Lucius from Isa. Don't take California away too. I know what he did, but you don't know the reason.
What did you do to save her?
You're asking me?
What did you do to save Tia? While he was inside the room, and everyone else was just gathering in the next.
I tried to talk to the people who captured her. I tried to explain to them that it wasn't Tia's fault, that she can't be blamed for her sister's actions. They spewed blood for blood at me. But it's not fair, because Tia never spilled any blood. It was never her who did it. But you can't talk to people in the West. They only think one way. We haven't
Speaking of a
changed
scene.
it yet.
Strickland.
California was right. They would have used her as a bargaining chip to get to Isa, no matter how long it took. And when they lost hope, what were they going to do then? Beat her to death, probably.
I was on Sessica
I know!
the whole time,
I know that you were on Sisica.
and all I read was just telegrams from you, telling me one dead after another, and I couldn't do anything. Instead, one day after I'm getting released, I'm hearing about this sick thing that was going on inside of here. And you really tell me you loved her with all your heart.
With everything I had left. You can shoot me. It's too late for that anyways. You're gonna kill me when I've already died.
I told you, Mr. Indigo, I know what I'm doing. I'm different. I'm not going the easy way. And you don't deserve to be killed by someone. Because then it would just serve the purpose. You're already suffering. And I think it's best if you suffer a little more before you see her again.
May I have my gun back?
Why would you antagonize her like that, you fucking idiot? She would have actually shot you.
Maybe.
You fucking idiot. How many times do I have to stand in front of you and a bullet?
This was a pivotal moment for her. She'll remember this till the day she dies.
I have something for you from Ramiro. I got it yesterday.
What is it?
He gave this to me as he was standing over your bedside, holding it to your head. His question to you is, have you lost your will? Do you know what it's like? Day after day, someone is pointing a gun to you, you fucking idiot. Day after day, I have to explain to them your real feelings, when it should be you explaining these things to these people.
They don't need that thing to go. They need the mask. They need California, the monster.
No, not all the time.
Not all the
Rami-
time. Ramiro really give you this?
Yes, he unburdened his soul to me. I would tell you all that he said and more if I didn't think that you should hear it from him and see the passion and the anger in his eyes when he thought that you wanted to give up.
No, it's the opposite.
I know that. I stood with you on Guarma. I heard your resolve. I know that. But these other people don't know that. They weren't there on Guarma with you. Ramiro is ready to walk into the fires of hell with you, but he needs to know that your will is affirmed. Because if you waver, and if you need to be released, he'll do that for you too. But you need to speak with him. He was ready yesterday to end it all. I could see it in his eyes, and I could hear the pain in his voice, and the confliction. That's why he handed me this gun to give to you in case you needed to use it.
You know that poison?
Yes.
She would take some to see the future, she said. But it did more than that. I saw everything. I saw the past. I suffered the present. And I fought the future. And there's one common thing in all of those. One common theme follows me every step of the way. You know what that is?
No.
Sacrifice. Some for better, some for worse. But all of it has led me to where I am now. The epitome of my suffering. I have been bruised and battered, hammered down. Each time, more and more flakes of myself have fallen off. More and more people around me have been removed. I'm starting to realize that I'm not just some rock that's going to crumble away. But iron being tempered into steel. I think this whole time I'm being molded into a weapon of which I'm not sure.
I see.
Wherever I'm headed, there's going to be blood and suffering. To what end, I don't know.
I have walked that road before, California. I might be a pitiful, weak thing now, battered and bruised by all the death of my friends. But make no mistake, I have, and will always be, one of the most merciless weapons of the Quill Gang. My gang is able to be soft because in times that are needed, I can be
Hard.
that weapon.
Sometimes I'm soft, but
And
other
once
times
told me
I'm hard.
that even the greatest men can fall. That a deer has to be reminded sometime it's just a fucking deer. That correlates to men too. Sometimes men can stand so tall and so strong they forget that they're men. I've humbled many such people. You can walk your path, California. You can become the weapon that you think that you should be. But know that you are still in the body of one man. And if you die, Tia's death was for nothing. Your dream ends with you. The greatest atonement you can have for killing Tia is to keep on going and ensure that your dream becomes reality. Now that is something worth stealing yourself for. Not pain. Not entirely. But atonement. Can't just kill someone and throw it all away to madness. It's not just Tia either. The cannibal. Colt. Jace. Tia. You have a list of people you have to walk strong for and ensure that you make change in this stupid fucking West. That blood for stupid reasons doesn't get good people killed. I'm all for blood for blood. Trust me, I was raised on the principle. I know the principle. I know that the principle is unique for every man. It stands for freedom and standing for what you believe in.
True.
It's not this copy and paste bullshit from Jack Kettleman that you have to be exactly like the man. He would laugh and shoot you for it.
You think she would actually shoot me?
Yes, I think Amberlyn would have actually shot you. I think people greatly underestimate Amberlyn sometimes.
I think she would have shot me too. There's potential in her.
That's what Sunshine said. And that she was worth saving. You met her before. She was that drug addict that came crawling through here. Begging Finn on his knees, hands and feet for opium. That was Amberlyn.
Oh, how times have changed.
Yes. She too has become tampered steel.
To what end?
Got no idea. But
Keep our eye on her.
yes, we should. Because she's
Let him
keeping
take us
her
in.
eye on you.
Yeah, well, it was great, man. Loving that shit. It was beautiful.
How's your injuries doing? I noticed that you were bleeding before.
I think this poison's eating me up some from the inside.
Tia had an affinity for the poison. It built up slowly in her over time and abuse. You don't have such an affinity. Don't take it so freely.
Well, there's no more of it to my knowledge.
You think I am unaware that you could find anything you wanted to if you truly wanted? If you you desired it, I am sure you could find it, California.
I don't desire any more of this.
Good.
I think I steal some of it in me, though. People walking by in the corner of my eyes. People that I shouldn't be seeing.
You're not the only person I know who's like that. You are too young to have met Mills, haven't you? Aren't you?
Never met the man. Heard things.
If you heard about him, I'm sure you heard about his wife, Alice.
Some sort of weird soothsayer.
Is that what they call her? The younger generation? They used to call her a witch. She was no such thing.
I think they just call her Mill's wife.
She, too, seen people who weren't there and weren't supposed to be there. People
What
who are
drugs is
dead.
she on?
I couldn't say. But she's seen the dead, too. And they haunted her, too. So I can't say I understand. I've never really seen the dead, only made them up in my head. Out of guilt and frustration. But I have helped people overcome those visions, those
I think mine's
voices.
just the poison.
It could be, who knows? But that poison shouldn't be inside you forever.
Still burns when I swear.
It could still be inside you. You haven't been eating and drinking enough. Plus, I don't know how long venom stays inside somebody. I've never had it ingested before instead of injected. But you have to remind yourself that it is just the poison, even if it burns long after the poison is gone. Sometimes your mind can be your greatest enemy, more of a prison than Sisika could ever be. Now that I know. You just have to keep reminding yourself that you are your own greatest enemy, an ally wrapped into one.
You know what sounds good right now?
What the
Elotes.
hell is that?
It's like corn mixed with like chili pepper and like a creamy sauce. It's usually served on the cob.
Sounds like something you'd get in Mexico.
See,
Do I have to take you to Mexico?
oh, we need to find out if Zhao's still alive.
We can do that. Might be a phantom.
I almost made that woman into a hypocrite.
How so?
She was talking about how everyone's killing each other, looking for someone to blame, someone to dull the pain. That's why I was interested if she'd shoot me or not.
So you were testing her? Using your own life as currency?
Sometimes.
You're an asshole. You know that?
Yeah.
Listen, I can't let you die. Not until you make headway on your dream. Or else I'll never forgive you for killing Tia. I understand the logic behind killing her. I understand.
I will never deserve forgiveness for that. I'll never accept forgiveness for that. Because I don't deserve to be forgiven. We just saved a rabbit.
Yeah, we did. Rabbits are uncanny creatures, you know. They can outrun a pack of hungry wolves by themselves.
Or I died with a single coyote.
I'm sure it could have outrun the coyotes.
Maybe. But when it's in its hole, seeking shelter, that's when it's done for. You ever seen a coyote dig up a rabbit hole?
No, I haven't.
They dig straight down on top of it. And all the dirt and the weight starts to collapse the hole until the rabbit almost suffocates before the claws and paws can dig it up. Then the coyote just simply reaches down into the dirt with its mouth, rips into the flesh of the rabbit, and shakes it around until it's dead. Eventually, the army's gonna get called on Thieves' Landing.
You're right.
And that's when we have to remember how a coyote eats a rabbit. Because we're not safe in our home. When the world comes crashing down and we can barely breathe, we'll be distracted from the mouth encompassing our necks.
We'll just have to remember how rabbits outrun their predators at times. And hope that's enough to save you.
Hopefully.
Apparently, Amberlyn was teaching you a lesson.
He said so.
She was testing you as well.
Actually see your big fat head from where I'm leaning.
Interesting.
Yes. Says she would never pull the trigger on someone who loved and has been loved. But she wanted to see your pain for herself.
Hmm. We're working on it, silly. We're working on it.
What's the next move now? Which deputy do you want to talk to find out about Zhao?
Follow my lead. You want it enough that they'll notice you?
I can't say.
This town's too quiet.
I would almost say it was a trap.
Is there a rider on that horse?
No, the Hungarian you're talking about. No, there's no rider on the Hungarian.
Okay. I left that house near Tumbleweed. And I was talking with Zhao the entire time. Until we got to Tumbleweed. And I went to get myself some water, and he joined me. And I looked in the water barrel, and I saw he had no reflection.
Your mind is your greatest asset, California.
I hope he returns to me.
It hasn't left you.
I'm gonna know. Probably on my way home, just run by the river there. Eastern Cumberland for 30 meters of water. It's probably right by the river. See if I can find that person. If not, All right.
Is anyone inside?
Depends. Who's outside?
Dustin Daniels, Saints Daily.
Hello.
Oh, why, well, hello there.
Hello, I'm Deputy Max. How can I help you?
Hi, Deputy Max. Dustin.
Your
That's
name
my
is
name.
Dustin?
Dustin
nice to meet you,
Daniels,
Dustin.
Saints Daily.
Hello, Dustin.
I'm with a newspaper. You like the newspaper? You
I
read the
love
newspaper?
the newspaper. I love reading it.
Excellent. I got told by some other deputies before they were leaving town a few hours earlier, before I had to rest my head for a little while. They said there was some big excitement today, and someone told me there was an execution.
An execution.
Yeah, was it today?
No.
Oh,
I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Nothing I know
Alright.
about, at least.
is it tomorrow?
I have no clue.
Next
We
day?
only let press know when that happens after it's happened.
Oh, well, we're hoping to get the scoop, and maybe some last words.
Mm, It's not usually the best thing to have a scoop on an upcoming.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a festive thing for like the civilians. They can watch and go, "Yeah, die, bad guy." You know?
I mean, just mainly as well for press's safety. You probably don't want to be
Oh.
having that information.
Yeah, I think
we
so,
do
too.
Associated Press when we write one of those articles. That way we protect our identities.
Still, it's probably a thing that will be handled after
All right.
it's occurred.
So there's no execution? Or you can tell us afterwards.
Did I have no? I actually have no clue about the execution, sir.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh. All right. Oh, well. Well, thanks, Deputy Max. If you hear anything, remember, telegram PRESS.
Okay, I will.
Alright.
Stay safe.
Thanks, Bucko.
You stay
Done.
safe now.
You
Keep writing
too.
your stories.
Keeping us safe, Deputy. God bless.
I will.
All right, well,
So,
still alive. Not today.
good. But it could be soon.
Yeah.
Like, later today.
Yeah, later this day, but it wasn't yesterday. When I was a younger man, I spent a lot of time trying to convince the newspaper to write articles about me. So I know all their tricks.
You were very skilled. I thought I'd just be a hindrance, is why I went back. I was correct.
Really annoying the city fella. That's what I usually go for with that dead voice.
You sounded like Herbie. You had an uncanny resemblance to Herbie. So I guess you're correct.
Dang. You fucker. That was a fun scene. Having like California be like horribly distraught, like sitting in his bedroom looking at like the bloodstained wall. And then hearing Amberlynn talk about like the things that happened here and what Lane said. And just immediately going cold. And try to make a hypocrite out of Amberlynn. They're doing barrel races next week.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. Down McFarland's Ranch. Again.
Amazing. You know, we ought to get someone on that. See if the reigning champ's still Zoe Winters at the end of this.
Yeah, probably. She cheats. Did you hear that Deputy St. John's cheating on her?
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I heard St. John was caught having a moonlight kiss with Street Gibson.
The Street Gibson?
Yep. St. John, genuine lollipopper. The
If
deputy.
that isn't front page, I don't know what will be.
That's the worst part. Our newspaper is so small. Everything's front page. You guys ran away when I was in the seer back then. Have to work now. All right, Minnie. See you later. It's fun to actually RP with you instead of being like, it's a wish. Anyways, it's probably time we head over to Saint Denis.
All right. Maybe we'll get that interview with Street Gibson.
Either that deputy's writing a fucking memoir or he knows something's up.
Pardon?
That deputy was writing a fucking memoir in there.
That's right.
Big chance he was just ignoring you. Yeah, but if he's doing like a check-in or something, it's a long one.
So,
Do you know how to make dynamite?
yes, I do. I have a list of instructions from Barton. Why?
Oh.
I just have to find it. I think it's either in a book of mine or in my hotel room.
So I have nitroglycerin.
I also have nitroglycerin, but no dynamite. Actually, I have dynamite.
All you can think about it is dying or killing
I
deputies. True.
might have dynamite, but I also know how to make it. I just don't know where to find all the things I need to make it.
I just want to kill deputies with my boys.
But I'm sure I can figure it out if you're asking.
Sorta. I might also just trade this nitroglycerin with someone who makes dynamite. For dynamite.
I see. I think the
And give them money.
average going rate for a stick of dynamite is 400. But if anyone charges you more than 200 for
The nitro trade. Well,
Yeah.
I've been getting dynamite for like $200.
Oh, I see. Well, that's the California rate then.
I think it is.
I think I might have a stick of dynamite in my hotel room, but if I don't, I definitely have the list.
Who the fuck's that?
I'm not sure. I don't see anyone.
Oh, forget it then.
So what's your plan for getting Tia? Have you thought of one yet?
No. I haven't. finally just started being able to think again, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
And then I got the telegram from Zhao. About 8 p.m., Armadillo Firing Squad, y'all in code, which was the big rat in the sandlot. That was the entire code I got. I have to head to Armadillo.
Okay.
I have a key to her room.
Oh. We can go to Armadillo then.
I promise if I find any weird liquids, I won't drink them.
That goes without saying, you bastard. I don't want to be the one to look at Romero and tell him that you did lose your resolve. I don't want to be that person that breaks a loyal man.
You know, I don't regret it. Drinking that shit.
Why not?
Perspective.
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 He has perspective?
Yeah. You don't truly understand somebody fully until you walk a mile in their shoes, they say. And I think I just walked a marathon in her shoes.
Sunshine used to joke about taking that poison. I'm not sure if Tia was able to recognize the joke. But after he took it, after it was embedded into his hand in that rune, he never joked about it again. Even when Isa offered it to him with an antidote, he and Tia turned it away. I think you're right. And I think a great problem here in this West is that other people don't look from another person's perspective. They only see from their own perspective, their own narrow mindset. And that ends so many lives that don't need to be ended. Burns so many bridges that don't need to be burnt.
I told Dahlia that if I'm to be killed, I want something very rare to be done. Something that might be impossible.
Pick it up a little, those wolves to the left.
Oh, they're real.
They are. You don't always need to shoot the wolf.
You see, they turned away when I pointed my gun at them.
They did.
Weird.
Predators recognize predators, California. And animals always choose to live unless they're starving to death
Or trapped.
or trapped.
So, what was I saying?
I was the cougar. Your horse seen it.
Yeah, fella's a good horse. I know. Interesting choice of
Again.
words.
Predators recognize predators.
I don't know if I like being recognized as a predator.
What else would you classify yourself as?
If I wanted to be a predator, I called myself Hollywood.
Would you prefer hunter?
Sure.
Okay.
Anyways, I was saying something, but I
You
forgot where we
were.
left off.
We're talking about perspective.
Perspective. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. If I'm to die, I want a rare gift to be given. An impossible thing. I think if I get killed, I want my killer to be forgiven.
Why?
Because vengeance is for the living.
I hate that you told me that. I hate that I carry the last will of so many dead that I can't ever give them.
Don't
the
worry.
last-
I'll tell Ramiro too. I also told Dahlia, so
Listen, fella, if you go down, I'm sure Ramiro's going down at your side.
maybe. You know, my uncle was a lawman out here.
I heard.
And the bastards mutilated him, ripped him apart, displayed him in the street.
I know.
But the best part is, Dahlia, who's been a bastard for a long time, she didn't know I knew. So she came to me in Guama to tell me and receive some sort of punishment or something. She came clean. And I just sat there and I had to tell her I knew.
Thomas Hooper was a good man, Travis.
James. Huh. Her rent still paid. The orb! The Orb of Secrets. Knife.
I have one for you too. It's in my bank. The one that you gave Tia. Do you want it?
Not sure. The Orb of Secrets.
Is that what you called it?
Oh, I have no idea. I think that poison helped me. To grieve, I mean,
It did?
when you're feeling that bad on the inside, sometimes feeling that bad on the outside helps. See this telescope?
Yes.
When we first started talking, we would play chess for secrets. And she would win and she would ask about my purpose. And very pointed things about Thieves Landing as a whole. She was collecting information for her cult. And I knew she was, but I just didn't care. But I surprised her, you see. When I would win, and I would get a chance to ask her about secrets, she always assumed I would talk about her cult or her quote unquote sisters. But I never did. Instead, I would ask about her. And so I asked her once what was one of her prized possessions. And she said, a broken telescope lens. You see, her father was sickly when she was a child. And so he couldn't properly play with his child. They couldn't run through the grass, play tag. But he could look at the stars. And so while he had the strength, he would take a telescope and they would walk into the wilderness and gaze at the constellations. Until one day, he was dying and he was too sick, too weak, too fragile to carry the telescope. And she was still so young. But she convinced him to try to come with her. And they walked. She tried her mightest to carry this telescope. But while she was carrying it, she tripped on a rock, broke the damn thing. But they sat there and they still enjoyed the moment. The next day, he passed on, died. And she always regretted it. Not being able to see the stars that night. Failing to give her father that perfect last memory. She told me that. She said that she's never seen the constellations that close again. And I looked around everywhere. We just robbed a bank, you see. Me, Ramiro, Barton Fields, Zhao. And I said, we need to stop near Blackwater. We stopped at that furniture stand, and I hunted down this telescope. And I would have carried it all the way back to Thieves' Landing. But they said it was stupid. They were right. So they rode me into Blackwater, and I got a wagon and came back. They all were protecting the telescope, you see. 4 ruthless bastards protecting a telescope for no reason other than I said, we gotta look after this. 6 deputies rode up on them. I rode up with the wagon. They said, it's California. And I said, yep. Don't mind these other people. You're just looking right at me. And I walked up, grabbed the telescope box, shoved it in the back of the wagon, had them chasing me all the way to Tumbleweed. I told her to meet me in Armadillo, but she'd already gone to bed. It was that night that you and Sunshine had and you put her to sleep at Hanging Dog Ranch or Pronghorn, one of the two.
I think it was Hanging Dog. I remember because I said, well, God, I hope you don't wake up to Chet Wicker.
Anyways, Ramiro got shot. 2 people got arrested. My wagon got littered full of bullets. I barely got out. I was wanted for 6,000 days at the time, I think. Off of this off of this stupid telescope. You think I should keep it?
I'm sentimental, California.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Her houseplants are gonna die.
They might. Are you playing chess by yourself?
Like it.
I don't know how to play. My father never allowed us to play games of war. He said it sparked rebellion, things like that.
Oh, you see, he was mistaken. You see, chess isn't a game about war. It's a game about sacrifice. Just in its most plentiful form on the battlefield. There's no real way to win without at least losing something. Well, I mean, there might be actually.
I haven't seen a way to win without losing something before, especially when you're working towards your dream.
Well, I mean, if you move this piece here and you move that piece there, and then you move a bishop here, or if you move this and you move the queen there, but they'd have to really move this here, which makes no sense as an opening move, and it's really stupid.
Again, I've never played.
We're gonna have to teach you chess.
I might be poor at it. You'll probably laugh at me. You know who else could play chess?
Oh, Zip. You gonna say Zip?
Mm-hmm. Zip played chess.
I know. I've played them.
Was he any good?
He's all right.
I know he used to play it a lot in Van Horn. Yeah, I think he played it a lot with Dakota.
Would you like to play a game right now?
Will you laugh at me?
Yep.
My ego can't take it.
Okay, maybe I won't laugh this time. All right, good night, NASCAR. All right, so you're white, I'm black.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna make it so you can't make any moves that don't make sense. So right now, all of your pieces except for see that horse.
Yes.
So right now, all your pieces are locked, sort of in place behind your pawns, except for your knights. Your knights can hop over the pawns
Like he can jump in front of them and protect them.
potentially.
So, who moves first? Is it me or is it you?
White always goes first.
I wonder why that is.
I don't look it for the deeper meaning in some things.
You don't think it's because white represents something good?
Purity. Then the dark forces or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's why when I don't want to be recognized, I wear white. Because typically I wear black.
Hmm.
That's how they can tell I'm a villain. So when you wear white, you just get looked upon in a better light.
All right. So this is a opening, not a great one, but
Mm-hmm. Told me to
pawns,
use.
right? When they're moving from their starting position, you see, they either move one forward or two forward. But then after that, they can only go one forward. So like there, I moved it 2 spaces ahead.
Okay.
I see. And they match that. But then if I move right there, you should be able to kill that with your pawn. Or your knight. So you can either get that with your pawn or your knight. If you wanted to. You could make another move. You don't have to capture the piece if you don't. But if you don't, your pawn will be taken by that piece next turn.
I see.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so right now you have an interesting move you can make. So if you take your pawn, right, you might be able to move it behind one of my pawns and then take one of them that way. I forgot the term for that, but it's very rare. Do you feel like you can do that?
Yes?
Give it try it. So that is a sort of hidden move in chess.
Okay.
So even some more experienced players don't know about that. But if you're beyond your halfway point, your side with a pawn, and there's a pawn directly to the side of you, you can jump over it. So you got 2 pawns for 1, which is great value, but you know.
Value, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good move. That's a good move.
Mm,
Oh,
why'd you make that sound?
to make it more interesting. Like it was some sort of devastating play you just did when you just moved a pawn. So what you did is you moved out your corner pawn pieces. So now your rooks can start moving if you wanted to move them.
Oh, I see.
Rooks can only move up and down, side to side.
Do you think everyone kind of represents a piece on a chessboard?
Yes.
Wonder what piece I'd be.
That is yet to be determined. You want to know what piece Sunshine was?
Yes?
Which one do you think he was?
Hmm. I have to choose?
Hmm. Oh, I just want to see what you think with your chess knowledge so far.
I don't think he's one of these silly castles. They're too plain.
True. Oh, devastating.
Hmm. What are these preacher-looking guys?
Those are bishops.
So they are preacher-looking guys.
They are preacher-looking guys. Those ones move diagonal.
Well, he's definitely not a preacher guy.
Nope, he is not.
He can't be a queen. I don't. Is it an insult to say that he doesn't strike me as a king? No, maybe in the end. Would it be a slight to call him one of these horses?
No, that's what I think he is. A knight. Those horses are. Cavalry.
One that can jump in front of others.
That's right. Jump right in front of the pawns.
Like it did for Tia. I firmly believe that when Isa stabbed Tia, he made up his mind that he would do anything to save them both. And that's why he didn't just leave her there. I know he was weak. I know that Isa could overpower him. But I don't believe that there's a situation that Sunshine couldn't get himself out of, that he couldn't talk his way out of, that he couldn't maneuver his way out of. But I think he was stuck. He was in front of a decisive blow, and if he jumped out of the way of her, he couldn't guarantee that she would get out alive. And he stayed where he was and got hit by that striking blow. Which is why I think it's such a fucking shame that she was killed and that you were forced to kill her. That she was trapped in a checkmate because he had sacrificed himself to get her out of one. But sometimes you can make all the right moves and sacrifice yourself, but the board is too devastated to overcome. How many spaces and stuff can this king move?
2 forward, 1 to the side. 2 backwards, 1 to the side.
Why is he so weak?
He's not.
But he doesn't move like the other pieces do.
No, he don't. Check. That's when your king is directly opposed.
Why are you trying to kill my knights?
Am I?
Yes.
Have you noticed you can't save that one?
Yes.
Because that knight is defending the king.
I can't save either of them.
Sometimes that's just the way it is. You gotta remember, this game ain't about saving your pieces. Sometimes, no matter what you could, no matter what you do, you're stuck with sacrifice. Check. You could move your king out of the way. You see, I saw Tia as a queen, but she was versatile. She wasn't always that way. She was a pawn. Sometimes when they make it across the way, they grow. The potential is unbound. The pawn. Check.
wrong.
Are you starting to see how the pieces move?
Maybe.
Good. That little move I just did is called Castle.
How did you? Okay, is that another rare move?
Yeah, it's a little special one. It's where if the rook and the queen are both in their starting positions, you can meet them in the middle and then swap which spots they're at to protect your king. Check. Check. Uh-oh. You know Dan Lin?
Yes.
Tia saw him as a rook. One of those castles.
Why?
That great at protecting other pieces. Yeah, straightforward.
Ugh. Why? Never mind. I'm defeated, aren't I?
Could get a stalemate. Sometimes the match goes on too long. That both
Hmm.
sides give up.
But why would you give up?
No, I wouldn't. But sometimes you run out of moves, you run out of resources. So in the normalized play, you have a certain amount of moves until it's stale. That's it. No more moves. Both sides draw. So when stuck in a position like this, all you gotta do is make sure that you don't get cornered. It's like when you're the only one not in Sissika. So the best thing you can do is run away.
You're the only one not in Sisika.
Yeah, Ramiro's still out. Finn's still out.
When the quills were in their heyday, I was often the only one left out of Sisika. In fact, my longest time of being wanted is a year and 3 months. That's how long I was on the run. I was only ever in Sisika once with Zip. He said that was my power, because I was able to keep things moving while he was away.
That's a valuable power right there. And there she is.
Kings can't kill kings.
No, they cannot.
So I can't win. Not with the piece I still have.
No. But just your king left. There's nowhere to win. Only the stalemate. That's how I see the future. Eventually, we're running out of ways to win. But thank God, there's still pieces left on the board.
I always was trained to protect my king.
That's the name of the game.
No, in life, I was raised to protect Zip and devastated when a stray bullet ripped his insides out. I watched every second of it, the look on his face. It plays as if slow in my mind. I can still see him losing his footing. The shocked and furious look in his eyes as he watched his own insides come out of his body. And the eye contact he made with me when he realized he was going to die. He wasn't ready. I could see it. He was horrified, shocked, and flabbergasted that he was hit to such a degree. And before he even hit the ground, he looked to Millie and screamed, "Kill them all! Kill them all, Millie!" He slammed against the ground. I watched all of that unfold. It was the first time I couldn't protect my king. But he died standing, in a metaphorical sense. They never broke his will. I couldn't protect Sunshine either, even though he wasn't a king. I slept in one day. I told him I'd be around, and I slept in one day by 1 hour, and he was killed. Tied to a tree, eye blown out by a witch.
Okay, Sid's coming up that raid. Thank you so much.
I can't save this
Hi,
king
dude.
either. But I kept him alive until the end. I almost took all your players, too.
Yeah. But eventually, few players left, and a pawn made it all the way across. And the
Yes.
potential shows fruit.
Just being kind. Even though I give up, my king is staring down yours.
But now, putting in another move, he'd have to move away. Chased away from my king.
I'm not gonna move him. That's how it ends.
That ends.
I'll do better next time.
Good. Tia was an emotional player. She was
Really?
hard to read sometimes. Didn't really know how to express herself well. She was like a mystery sometimes. So I think our best communication was on the chessboard. We play games deep into the night, not saying a single thing to each other. Just moving our pieces across the board. We'd exchange glances, some furious, some sad. It was our language. She had a chess piece she was working on. She was carving.
Was it a queen?
No, it was
Which is
a king.
that your chess piece?
He thought so.
What do you think?
I think I'm a pawn.
Really?
Sometimes.
But then who's the king?
Ramiro.
Oh, you think Ramiro's the king, huh?
No, he's a knight for sure. Finn's a bishop. Zhao's my rook. I'm barely hanging on right now.
I know.
But I have to be strong. This shit. Trying to save Zhao.
I know.
There's a good chance I'll fail.
I know. And I'm frightened that you'll fail. Then that's one less person that remembers Sunshine and Tia.
Oh, Zhao. Zhao hated sunshine.
No, I'm talking about you.
Hmm.
That you'll kill yourself trying to save Zhao. You see, I've got this hell of a curse that I've had since I've killed Jackie.
Oh, I know. You kill your leaders.
Yes. Marquise. Zip. Sunshine. Every person I look up to, that I even feel remotely close to following, or helping them complete their dreams, ends up dying the moment they tell me what their dreams are.
Hmm. Maybe
And
this will be different.
I'm not sure.
Well, first
I
of all, no, I don't want you to follow me. I need people to walk beside me.
walk beside, huh?
I'm not making a trail. I'm building a house. Bricks and mortar. Stable foundations. When my brick gets removed, I'm hoping the structure stays.
I understand. But I'm still not happy about it.
Fellow, when did we sign up for happy?
Is this where you hit me with a boo-hoo?
No. Tempted though.
It is what it is. I just don't want to sit by your grave.
Then don't.
I'll try to remember you said that when I feel the urge to sit by your grave in Thieves' Landing one day. And I'm some bitter old hag telling everyone who California used to be. The man that built the unbreakable house of the West.
A man who tried to wrangle cats.
Are you going to sleep here tonight, California?
No. Couldn't bear to. Too much. Little old me.
I hate this saloon.
I know.
Every time I walk out of that specific room, I smell the scent of eggs and bacon. Are you going to bed at all?
I want to hit Thieves Landing. I plan to sleep on my couch.
You think you can make it there without being arrested?
You never know.
I'll ride with you there then.
It's part of the fun.
Really? You know, I was never the type to really like squaring off with deputies or even robbing banks. I think I make a terrible outlaw. Just in general.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe you're just waiting for the time, the way you just want to go all out. To be vain. When you start reaching for the heavens and proclaim your name.
God, I pity the West if ever my name becomes one worth reaching for. I mean, we truly have reached the last age of outlaw.
You just got to be unreasonable. There was 6 of us in Blackwater the other day. And there was about 18 law in town. And they said there's 4 more deputies on the way. And I told them, good. We'll be about even.
That's a good one.
You know what the scariest thing in Thieves is?
The campfire.
The random people that come in there and just look for random jobs. You could tell them to do anything. They'll probably do it because they have nothing to lose.
I know. Because they have that bright eye and bushy-tailed feeling to them.
You tell them to go get you a lawman, they'll get you a lawman.
It's because the West is so new to them still. They still enjoy it. Bodie was like that.
He was a good man.
Yeah, I know.
I kept forgetting his name on purpose. Did he ever tell you about that?
No, I didn't.
He would do jobs with me, right? and help out. He'd be around thieves a lot. But I knew he was Millie's. So I kept forgetting his name. I knew what it was, but I'd say, "You there," or "Fella," and they'd be like, "You forgot my name, didn't you?" I'd be like, "No, no, no, no. Of course I know it." And they're like, "Well, then what is it?" And I never say Bodie.
So determined to prove himself as. And he never needed to. Just had it. You know, he was my first and probably will be my only apprentice.
What a stupid thing to say.
No, I really don't deserve another one.
It doesn't matter if you deserve another one.
I filled him full of idealistic dreams of being a quill. Feelings that I felt when Zip used to monologue at me. And he listened to my words. He listened to my words and he felt those feelings. And right at the edge of death, after being shot down by Law and needing 2 blood transfusions from Lottie, he took my hand and told me he loved me. That's when all came apart. I was terrible to him afterwards, right up until he died.
Well, it's how it is sometimes.
The last person I loved, I killed. I refused. But look out. It can't just been 2 Delobos here.
Oh no, there's more. There's always more. Did I ever tell you about Ramiro and the Del Lobos?
No, but I'm sure you will now as we wait for them to try to assassinate us.
He was having trouble defending the place and wanted to work on his shooting. So I say, well, walk into thieves when you're alone. You need practice. Piss off one of the Del Lobos.
Ah, ask the Delobos for help.
Yeah. And so he'd come in there and he'd be like, "Hey, fuck you, Del Lobo." And he'd punch him in the face and they'd all start shooting at him.
Yeah.
More often than not, I'd ride in here and I'd find Ramiro on the floor and I'd say, "Hey, fella."
Did they teach you a lesson?
Yeah, he learned a lot from the Del Lobos.
Another good place is Van Horn. Now the people who shoot there, they're trained by the Wallaby himself. They're fucking killers.
Yep.
You're going to sleep now.
Probably
Or you might-
not, but the attempt will be made.
Please don't sit in that apartment and stare at that wall all night.
Not the whole night.
Sometimes I find it's better to sleep outside and be free.
I don't know if I'm free. I think I'm a prisoner to my delusions of grandeur.
You were born free, fella. No one can take that from you. Not even yourself.
Maybe. Good night, Indigo.
Good night, California.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
He was down on the roof of the hotel because a goat had knocked him on the roof. Ramiro. We love Ramiro, man. I have a plan with Ramiro right now. Hey, nice. Ramiro. We do fucking shoot somebody. A depressed character, just looking at the wall where they had to kill. Oh. Instead of exactly what Indigo told him not to do, poor Kelly. It'll be okay, man. It'll never be okay. Anyways, guys. Let's play a sad song to end out the day, guys. What's a nice little sad song? Check out the Sad Panda TV, guys. He's playing a character called Albie Husk. I don't know who they are, so hopefully they're cool.